Found out my best friend has been using my pictures to catfish a guy she's been talking to since 2015. My best friend, we will call her Maggie, and I met our freshman year of college. We are now roommates and moved in together 2 years ago. In 2015, my best friend spent spring break a couple states away, and matched with a guy on Tinder. When she came back to campus, she immediately told me about him and how amazing he was and how they only went out to dinner once. This was obviously a lie, but that they were talking 24/7. I got super excited and asked to see a picture. That was the only picture of him she has ever shown me. Over the past 5 years he has literally been her whole world. She talks about him constantly. She always has her nose in her phone. She gets clingy when he takes too long to text back. She has cried to me a few times because she has lurked on his social media and seen he was around other girls. My roommate doesn't have social media herself. I had asked a few times why they have never met up again, and she said they are both too busy and don't have the money for the trip. I even told her that he could stay with us, and that would save some money. He has sent presents, and even flowers on Valentine's Day every year. They have basically been dating this whole time. So yesterday my roommate picked up a shift at work and was gone. I get a knock on our door and I open it to a guy. He says hi, and I give a confused hi. And then he barges in and scoops me up into a hug. He starts saying, "I thought you were working. I was hoping your roommate was here and I could surprise you when you got back." And there was I, so confused and didn't know what to say. I immediately got down and backed away and let him know I have absolutely no clue what he is talking about. My brain couldn't even process what was happening. Then he looks confused and says, "Maggie?" And I'm like, "No, that's my roommate." My roommate and I look nothing alike and I am even more confused. Then something kind of clicks and I think, oh my god, is this the guy she has been dating? So I said, "Wait, are you Adam?" And he gives me a very slow yes, and I got excited and said, "Oh my god! I bet Maggie is going to flip out. I can't believe you are here." His demeanor completely changes. He asks me what I am talking about. "I'm Maggie?" And I tell him no, I'm Summer, Maggie's roommate. At this point I'm still completely missing something he has just pieced together. He just says, "Holy fuck," and looks like he doesn't know what to say. Eventually he asks if he can sit down. I invite him in. He then proceeds to tell me for the past 5 years, he thought he has been talking to me. Every picture he has ever seen of Maggie has actually been pictures of me. I am completely dumbfounded and we don't know what to say to each other at first. So he gets out his phone and shows me proof. He has tons of pictures of me saved on his phone, and went to their messages and showed me proof that she has been sending them to him. I felt and still feel completely sick to my stomach. I get out my phone and show him real pictures of her. I tell him maybe they could just talk when she gets off of work, but he is really pissed at this point. I say maybe we should call her first and let her know you are here. So I do that and she starts flipping out, saying she is not coming home. Tells him to leave and that she wouldn't talk to him. He calls her and starts yelling at her over the phone. After everyone calms, she eventually comes home. He is hurt and accusing, she is crying, and I am sitting there awkwardly. She tells him that she is still the same person he has had feelings for, and he screams at her. "No, I thought I was in love with your roommate." And that completely makes her break down, so I tell him maybe he should leave for the night, and everyone should have their own space. He agrees, and after he leaves she goes completely psychotic on me and starts throwing shit around the living room. Tells me she hates me, I start crying, it's a mess. I left to stay with a friend and haven't been back, so I don't know what's gone down. I feel like I have no idea who the person I'm living with is and I feel weirdly violated. Do I move out? Do I try to call her? She hasn't even texted me. I don't know how to deal with this situation. Update. Thank you guys for all of your advice and comments, many saying you've been in mine or Adam's position. It has made me feel better. I'm going to go ahead and just post an update, because I don't think there will be more of an outcome than this. I ended up having a phone call with Adam, mostly because I wanted to know about the pictures she has sent. Turns out she has sent pictures of me in my underwear, and nudes that are not actually of me or her. So we are assuming she got those from Google. He feels really bad and is actually having a hard time with all of this. I assured him I don't blame him at all for the underwear pictures or anything like that. He ended up telling me that they actually have FaceTimed, but she would never show her face, only the top of her head/hair, which is dyed a similar color to mine. Never thought anything of this. Now I think it might be really weird, and her excuse was she felt like she looked bad on video, was self-conscious, didn't have makeup on, etc. He said he didn't think it was weird. He also told me he has tried a ton of times to arrange visits to meet, and she has came up with excuses every time. He said that he has been mostly content to talk through text or over the phone up until this point. Also said he is going to try to reach out to her one more time to talk about everything, but that he is moving on. As for me, I am not sure I can break my lease yet, but I'm going to go ahead and move out and in with a friend until my lease is over. We briefly talked when I went to my apartment, and she sort of half apologized but is still pretty hostile and defensive. So I'm going to give her space. I feel bad for her, but I don't think our friendship is going to survive this whole thing. Anyway, this has been some crazy shit, and I appreciate all of the responses I got. You all are awesome.